Hi, I'm Sarah Coy from Coy Makeup, and today I want to show you guys how to do an undercut braid. Now this is something I've been seeing a lot in celebrities, particularly on Cara Delevingne. This is a great way to get the effect of having the whole side of your head shaved without having to commit to the buzzer. So let's dive in. I like to grab whatever is nearest to part my hair, and that's most of the time a makeup brush. So I'm gonna do the first step, just do a deep side part. The reason I like to use a makeup brush is because you can just kind of curve it back and get a nice straight line and then section the hair off. So now that we have that, we're gonna section off the deep part with a rubber band just to keep everything separate. So that way none of the hair is gonna interfere with what I'm doing on this side. You're gonna take really small sections vertically and you're gonna start French braiding them down the side of your head. The trick to get it to look how Cara's hair looks is to make sure that it's a nice tight braid and then you're not going really big in each section. So you just wanna keep grabbing really small sections and smoothing it out. Don't get impatient and go with a really big section because the whole trick is to keep it nice and tight. So I'm leaving the hair open and back just because that's gonna be covered, and it also can give a really cool effect, but at the same time, you just wanna make sure that everything looks clean, and that's the way to do it. So now we're just gonna grab a clear hair tie. Notice I left a little bit of braid down here. That's gonna give us the ability to tie it tighter up without having a braid tail, but also without having everything unravel, because you see how it unravels as you tie it back. Kind of give it a squeeze to push that back in. That's pretty much it. So now that that's done, you just take down the section of hair that you had tied up, and we're gonna curl it. So I'm just grabbing little sections, and I'm only really gonna curl the top part and let it kind of hang down. We want that loose effect. The biggest thing is just not to curl the ends, because that'll give you kind of a different aesthetic and a really flipped out look, as opposed to a beachy, waved look. Make sure you get the other side as well, otherwise you're gonna have like little straight strands in back where you missed a couple spots. And I'm also gonna just kind of add some wave to this section so I don't have a little straight tail hanging out. And I think that kind of hides it a little bit better. I'm gonna grab a couple bobby pins and I'm taking the hair, kind of twisting it back a little just to get that braid to cooperate. And you're kind of tucking it underneath this hair back here. So in order to kind of achieve that edgy look, we're also gonna tease the hair and give it a little bit more texture on top. So now I'm just gonna take sections of my hair and I'm gonna add a little bit of hairspray, just a little at the root, and using a fine tooth comb, I'm gonna back comb it. Then I'll do this in a couple of sections, but don't go overboard. And I'm also gonna add a little height in the front of my hair. So I like to pull it all the way over, do a section. Now you're gonna try to emphasize teasing the middle of it, not so much here and not so much here. Now I'm just gonna grab the front part. I'm not trying to tease it back here. I don't want a big bump in my hair right there. A little bit of hairspray. Kind of try to keep that smooth while getting the back of it to have some volume. And now that you've got that done, you can go through the curling iron and add just a couple more for body if you want, which I do, so I will. So now that that's basically done, I'm just gonna add a little bit of spray and scrunch it. So now that everything's done, I just wanna make sure that I have the right body in the right areas. And you do want it to kind of come over the braid a little bit. You don't just want all your hair here and braid over here. So kind of trying to get it to pull over to some extent. And that's where the teasing comes into play. It's gonna help that hair stay where you put it, even though it's down and loose. I like to give it a last little twisteroo, and we'll spray some of the flyaways down. So that's pretty much how you do the undercut braid look that was featured on Cara Delevingne. And that's how to get kind of a messy updo, but at the same time, have it be a little bit more dressed up. For more videos like this, check out Mode.